for so long here within Valencia, and down in the bottom right-hand side of Akelon Waste, our new map, it is Quantix Hyun. Winning map number 2, the most important of both of these games so far. And he goes up against the player who has gone from semi-final to finalist and is now again in the final. Can he win? It is EG's Jaedong.
Well,
some hardcore Jaedong fans out there.
yeah. Well, hopefully he's Jaedong in this series and doesn't become J Kong, because that means he got second place. But look at this. We actually have, well, I was kind of right. It's not a 10 pool, it's a 9 pool, a little bit quicker.
So, again, very similar to map number 1 here. And I think that Jaedong's opted to do this because Hyun in game number 1 was pretty greedy. In game number 2, yes, he wasn't as greedy, but he still went for that hatchery first.
Yeah.
Jaedong says, no. That is not what you shall do.
No, indeed. But, oh, this is a bit different. This is going to be a 9 pool Baneling Apollo. This is really all in from Jaedong. Before, with the 10 pool in game number 1, he had to do a lot of damage. Here, he has to basically cripple his opponent. He has to basically kill Hyun in the opening minutes of the game.
Okay, we've had a bit of a different opening from Hyun. Game number 1 was hatchery, then extractor, and then spawning pool. Now, it was hatchery, but a faster spawning pool than usual. It was at 14 supply compared to the 15, if not 16. How does this change his defense here?
Well, his pool is going to be up a lot quicker. He's going to get his Zerglings a lot quicker. And most importantly, his Queen a lot quicker, because the Queen is going to be the staple of his defense against this.
Well, Jaedong's put all his eggs in one basket now, and that basket is this attack coming forward. 6 Zerglings are already out, with a couple more joining the forces. The Baneling Nest is near completion, and he's looking to end the game very, very fast. Can Hyun defend? He now knows exactly what's going on.
Now this drone going down, trying to draw those Zerglings away a little bit, maybe check to see if there's going to be any Banelings as well. In the meantime, the Zerglings start attacking the drones there. Hyun does pull them away, and he is making his own Zerglings and Queen at the moment.
Where are those Banelings, though? Where are those Banelings now morphing down on the natural?
There they
Nothing
are.
to stop them at this point. A surround on a couple of those Zerglings. They do manage to squeeze out. I think one did go down there.
Oh, and Jaedong microing his heart out right now, trying to kill these Zerglings with his own, as well as get some drones. He does get a drone there, but Hyun's Zergling count's getting rather high. Here come the Banelings.
Can the Baneling detonations come off well? Oh! He's ignoring the Zerglings. He's going for the...
What? Oh!
He hit the hatchery, and then the Queen stopped the other one. And immediately, he cancels the spine crawl. He says, I don't need a spine crawl to defend this.
This defense from Hyun has been beautiful. Jaedong does get a couple drones here, but this has been a failed attack so far. Here comes some more Banelings. Can he hit those drones?
Oh, the Zerglings say, I'll take one for the team as long as the drones don't go down. And the Queen keeps up the defense here. It is 11 drones for Hyun, who's on 2 hatcheries, compared to 9 here for Jaedong, who's only on 1. Even if Jaedong had a bit of an advantage in the drone lead with 2 hatcheries down, that's a massive advantage.
It seriously is. Wait a minute, though. This Zergling, oh, gets another drone. That means a lot more than you might think it does. Even one drone kill at this point can be game-changing, but this is a great spot, as you said, Apollo, for Hyun.
Jaedong has decided to throw gas into getting Zergling speed. He has more Zerglings that have somehow escaped here. Hyun will pick them up, though. Or will he? Actually, Jaedong's waiting. Hyun is across the other side of the map. Jaedong's saying, all right, my Queen, my new Zerglings will defend it home. The ones that I've snuck out with here are going to get into the main base. They're going to get the damage dealt here. This is a beautiful play here from Jaedong, catching his opponent building drones.
Is it going to work out, though? He's going after this Queen, and it looks like he will get the Queen kill. Where does he go next after that spine crawl? In the meantime, as you said, Apollo, he's defending against this counter Zergling attack, but does lose a little bit of his own drones.
Does Jaedong have enough? He's going to try and get the surround on the Queen. He gets the surround. Drones try to help out. They come off the line to keep the Queen alive, but it's not going to help. And Jaedong brings down the Queen, and he's getting into the drone line as well. But still, there are still 16 drones compared to 9. Jaedong still at a major deficit. There's still 2 hatcheries to 1.
You know, he is at that major deficit, as you say, but his speed upgrade is about to finish. And when he has Zerglings that are much quicker than Hyun's Zerglings, he may be able to out-micro him and start killing more drones.
Even though Hyun has 2 hatcheries, it's not helping him at this point. It only helps him if the game stabilizes and he's able to actually, spend the lava on extra drones. At this point, Jaedong is pretty much equal with his economy. It's 12 versus 14 drones. It's hardly a difference here.
Now look at this beautiful move. The Spine Crawler's at the natural and blocking the ramp. He does not want those Speedlings to get into his main base. And between the Spine Crawlers, the Queen, and the Zerglings on the ramp, I don't think they're going to.
Well, Jaedong's found a bit of a hole here onto that hatchery. Behind this, he's only droning. He will want to take an expansion of his own very, very shortly, knowing that his opponent's defense is very tight here. Spending a lot of money on defense, on static defense.
And he does get 3 of his Speedlings into the main base, but how much are these really going to do? Well, we'll see. Oh, he gets a drone already, but does lose one of them.
17 drones for Jaedong, 19 here for Hyun. There's Jaedong running circles around this. Gets another drone. Excellent play here from Jaedong, just using the mobility of that Zergling upgrade.
Superb micro, and look at that. Almost gets that creep tumor, forces a cancel on it at least, but now these are too low on health and will be picked off.
All right, let's look at the damage dealt here. Jaedong is, 8 drones been built by Hyun at once, really using all the lava from these hatcheries, finally using his advantage. And that will push him in the lead. We can see it, the supplies at the bottom, 36 to 27. But Jaedong has done a good job to try to salvage the situation, considering how bad it started.
Before those 8 drones were made, he actually evened up the drone count through all those Zergling attacks. It was 20 drones against 20 drones. So he's done a good job, as you say, and his hatchery is going to finish. But Hyun has this infrastructure. He already has his creep spread. He's got a couple spines up, and he's making many more drones much more quickly.
So, slow time of this game as we do take a couple moments to get a breather here as the game slows down, where both players now not really looking to attack each other, as we see the Evolution Chamber and Roach Warren coming down for Hyun. Going to what he knows best.
And it's a good choice. When you get ahead after someone Zergling rushes you, if you go into Roaches, it becomes very hard for them to defend because Zerglings aren't necessarily going to do all that well against upgraded Roaches. So you're going to want to make either your own Roaches, which is very expensive to get into, or a lot of Spine Crawlers, which again, very expensive to get into.
With the Baneling Nest already down for Jaedong, can he potentially utilize that and maybe go for a Roach Baneling attack together? Is that something he may look into here?
He could, but when I look at the defenses of Hyun, the fact that he actually has 2 buildings already at his choke, his creep is already pushed down there, 2 Spine Crawlers, multiple Queens, I don't know that he would lose to it.
Well, Jaedong is not teching up. He's got 2 Overlords in production, which is increasing his supply count. He does throw down another Extractor, 6 Roaches on the way. No Evolution Chamber, no upgrades, no layer, which means he cannot get to the Hydralisk. He cannot get to Roach Speed either. 9 Roaches coming.
He is going for it, Apollo. Jaedong realizes that he's at a deficit if this game goes too long. And the longer it gets, the further ahead Hyun becomes. So he's going to go for another big attack.
Well, he's sending out a drone here as a fake more so. Shows it to the Morphing Overseer if it even caught wind of it. But the Overseer is going to go in. And luckily for Hyun, he says, hold on a minute. You've got a lot of Roaches.
Well, that is a lot of Roaches and a lot of Zerglings being made behind it to rally up quickly. Ooh, actually, this is becoming a bit better for Jaedong, I feel, because these Spine Crawlers are no longer in an easily defensible choke.
All right, if this doesn't work for Jaedong, it will be game over. There is a +1 attack coming in for the Roaches. He's got Roach Speed as well. Jaedong needs to make this work. 2 Spine Crawlers, Queens, Roaches of his own. Can this work? If not, there's going to be a counter attack, which I fear Jaedong may not even be able to do if he was to commit to an attack.
That is true. And he goes up, sees what's there, and after seeing the Spine Crawlers as well as all those Queens with all that energy for transfusion to heal them, he backs up. He is taking his 3rd base. He is pushing his tech up at least a little bit.
Well, Jaedong, through deciding to go for this, he was at a deficit, as you said, but unfortunately, he just dug that hole a little bit deeper now through, spending money on units which he's done absolutely nothing with.
It is very, very true. He does have the mobility advantage, but if you look at the mini-map right now in the bottom left, you see that Hyun he kind of has more overall. Everything's more developed. He has more creep to see what's going on for his army to move more quickly. It's looking just fantastic for him. But what does he do from here, Apollo, to try to ensure a victory?
Well, it looks like he's just going to use those tools he has, the roach speed, the +1 attack to his advantage, and maybe try to bring down Jaedong's late, undeveloped third base, his late, undeveloped army.
Yeah. We do see Jaedong using these Zerglings, trying to get some harassment going, because, you know, Zerglings at this point in the game, not quite as good. The upgraded roaches, once again, will destroy them.
Very smart here from Jaedong, realizing that one big weakness is his creep spread. It is not connected from his third to his natural. He knows he doesn't have roach speed either. Smartly decides to spread creep with overlords here to help out with that mobility problem.
Well, Hyun is here. He actually has a few more roaches right now, but it is pretty close. Does come forward. Some Zerglings of his own going to battle as well, and he has a much better concave.
Much better concave, much better quality units with that +1 attack, but does he have the numbers with the reinforcements coming in from Jaedong here? It's very close, it seems, but Hyun is edging through.
He certainly is, and that is reflected in the supply as he gains a 50 supply lead. Jaedong being pushed back.